Hey guys, it's Josiah here, and welcome back to an episode of Josiah's Grape Reviews. It's been a little bit since I did one, but I will be reviewing the Truck Race and Xfinity races from The Rock. Finally, The Rock has returned. Dwayne The Rock Johnson himself says, and man, what a return to The Rock it was. Obviously, Cups had the day off, the weekend off. They won't be racing tomorrow because of Easter, and I'm not going to be reviewing the Bristol race because literally nothing happened. Kyle Larson dominated. But anyways, let's start with the truck race. So it was Jake Garcia, the young phenom, who started on the pole. And he actually had a really good truck and seemed like he was up front pretty much all day. But sweeping the stages was Lane Riggs, who a lot of people picked to win the return to Rock. There was only, I think the broadcast even said there was only 4 drivers in the Truck Series field that last raced at Rockingham, which I believe was 2012 or 2013. When I believe Kyle Larson got his first career win. That was 2013, I remember. Let me just go through. Actually, let's just jump right in. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I'm trying to get back in the groove. But let's start with the winner. Tyler Ankrum snapped a 130 race winning streak dating back to Kentucky 2019 to secure his second career Truck Series win. About time too, because Ankrum honestly was pretty solid at the beginning of last year. Then he started to fall off. He started the Truck Series season really good. Remember, he almost won Martinsville, but lost it to his teammate Daniel Hemrick, which I'm a Hemrick fan. If you saw my YouTube short, you'll know how ecstatic and excited I was. His teammate Tyler Ankrum did get the win on a fuel mileage. It was pretty close for him. I think he sputtered coming to the white flag, but he had a big enough lead over Jake Garcia that he was able to hang on for the win. So congrats to Tyler Ankrum and McAnally Racing. They get the win. I'll show the results. Let's see if I can show the results here. But Tyler Ankrum got the win. Jake Garcia, I mentioned, was up front pretty much all day long. He gets a second. Great run for him. Daniel Hemrick, Ankrum's teammate, he got a third. He was pretty quiet. I think he led laps early in stage 3 due to strategy, but fell back a little bit, but was able to make his way. He saved enough fuel to get a good finish. Rajah Caruth was 4th. He was involved in a wreck late in the race. Wasn't really involved, but he kind of started the wreck. He was running about 7th or 8th, and he kind of got loose and checked up, and Stuart Friesen got on the back of him, and then he got into Matt Mills got on the back of Friesen, and those two came together and spun. It collected Tanner Gray, I believe, and maybe a few other guys got involved, but it was Stuart Friesen's post-crash interview. It made it seem like Friesen wanted to retire. That's what it made it sound like. He's saying stuff like, "Oh, I come from dirt, and we race each other clean. Maybe the Truck Series is just not worth it anymore," which is kind of sad. Friesen's been good. He's shown speed. He had a top 5 truck at Bristol before he was involved in the Frank Muniz Ty Majeski wreck early in the race, and then here he is starting the back, but he made his way up inside the top 10. So he had a top 10 truck. I think that had speed. But obviously got caught up in that wreck. So disappointed. Friesen, I think, currently, we'll check the points here in a minute, but I think he sets 4 points above the cut line. He holds the last spot over, believe it's Giro. But nonetheless, Rajah Caruth got 4th. Grant Enfinger, I think, ran out of fuel in the white flag. I think he was 3rd. He still gets the top 5 finish. Caden Honeycutt, pretty solid day. He comes home 6th. Jack Wood was also a pretty quiet day for him. He gets 7th. Corey Heim led laps late in stage 3. He and his team at Giro were top 2, and they kind of separated from the field. But both of them had to pit with about 20 to go. It was pretty obvious they couldn't make it. But how many trucks Corey Heim lapped, he was able to, still get a good finish out of it. So good for him. Connor Mozak finishes 9th. He was involved in a wreck, I believe, on lap 2 with Bailey Curry and some other drivers. But he was able to, repair the truck, get back up there, and get a top 10 finish. So good for him. Much needed, because Mozak has honestly been pretty mid to mediocre this season. So much needed for him. I think he's way below the cut line. Giro gets a top 10. Good run for the rookie. He was up front most of the day. Lane Riggs swept the stages. I think he ran out of fuel in the final lap as well. I think he would have finished 2nd or 3rd, but ran out of fuel. He finishes 11th. Andres Perez was top 10 most of the race, as were some of the rookies at the Rock. That's pretty cool. He gets 12th. I think he ran out of fuel late, too. So did Chandler Smith, who got 13th. He, too, ran out of fuel. And then you got some of these guys who got some pretty good finishes. You got Nathan Bird, 14th. Spencer Boyd, 15th. Then you got Sammy Smith, 16th. Pretty quiet day for him. Brandon Jones, 17th. Also pretty quiet day for him. Tony Breidiger, 18th. Dawson Sutton, 19th. Bailey Curry, 20th. Again, involved in that lap 2, lap 3 wreck. Wasn't able to cover. He had a great day at Bristol, but he had a truck capable of winning, won a stage. But in that final restart at Bristol, he I think I lost cylinder, lost an engine. I don't know what happened, but he restarted 4th and fell 20th. It sucked. Timmy Hill 21st. Corey Day, I think, had some damage or something. He got 22nd. Wasn't up front at all. Poor day for him. Frankie Muniz 23rd. Matt Crafton had a bunch of issues. I think he had an electrical issue or something. 24th. Parker Kligerman also had an issue. I forgot what happened to him. 25th. Luke Fenhouse, something must have happened to him. He finishes 26th. Cody Dennising had a bunch of issues. 27th. Tanner Gray involved in the wreck. 28th. Stuart Friesen involved in the wreck. 29th. Matt Mills 30th. Ty Majeski, he was involved in a wreck late in the race also. I think he was battling her end finger for 7th or 8th and got loose on her end finger and spun out, back to the end of the wall and got a lot of damage. And he said in his interview that it's just not who I am. The last 3 weeks were not who he was. Majeski said also another guy who's had a pretty bad 2-3 weeks. Obviously, I mentioned he was involved in top 5 early in the Bristol race when he was involved in the wreck with Frankie Muniz and other guys. So he finishes 31st. Ben Rhodes, his teammate. Man, really rough day for Thorsport, minus Jake Garcia. Just, man. He also, I think, had some electrical issues or something. I don't know. He got 32nd. Stephen Malozzi, 33rd. Justin Carroll, 34th. And Norm Benning, the Unk, 35th. So let's go ahead and look at the points after Rockingham. Corey Heim, Chandler Smith, Tyler Ankrum, Daniel Hemrick, and Lane Riggs are the top 5 in points, with Jake Garcia, Granite Finger, Kane Hunnicutt, Ty Majeski, Jake Garcia, Granite Finger, Kane Hunnicutt, Stuart Friesen in the top 10. I think I messed that up, my bad. Heim, Chandler Smith, Tyler Ankrum, and Daniel Hemrick are all locked in with wins, so 4 spots are taken right now. Lane Riggs is 51 points above the cut line. Ty Majeski is 47 points above the cut line. Jake Garcia is 43 above. Graham Finger is 37 above. Caden Hunnicutt is 34 above. They're all safe. And then holding on to that last spot by a thread is Stuart Friesen, 4 points above the cut line over G. Rogiro, 4 points down. Ben Rhodes, 6 points down. Tanner Gray, 24 points back. And Raja Karutha, 26 points back. So there is that. Now let's move on to the Xfinity Series race, which was today at the Rock. In the truck race, it was pretty good. So was the Xfinity race. It got a little sloppy toward the end, so that knocked the score down for how good it was. Connor Zilisch started on pole. He got the pole by 1/1000th of a second over Parker Retzlaff, but had a flat tire in turn 4 on his qualifying lap, so he had to start at the back of the field. Connor Zilisch had a pretty eventful day, much like a lot of guys, so that was interesting. Connor Zilisch wins the pole, but has a job to the rear, so that puts Parker Retzlaff on the pole. Retzlaff had, I think his best career race. I think he was up front most of the day. Nick Sanchez did take the lead in stage 1 and won stage number 1. And it was Dean Thompson who, a lot of guys, the strategy was key in this race. A lot of the guys stayed out at the end of the stages, so that's why Nick Sanchez won stage 1. That's why Dean Thompson got his first career stage win in stage 2. But winning the race ended up being the guy who I think had the best car all day, Jesse Love. Finally, he wins a race, not on a super speedway. He won his first career Xfinity Series race at Talladega last year in the spring Talladega race. Then won, I believe, at Daytona in the first race, the opening race of the season. He got the win, and he gets the win here in NASCAR's Return to the Rock. So good for Jesse Love. He gets the win. He was third on the final restart. Taylor Gray and Sammy Smith were on the front row, so people were thinking, it's going to be a revenge of Martinsville when Sammy Smith dive-bombed with no mercy and that just intentionally dumped Taylor Gray like a freaking weirdo. But no, that didn't happen. Instead, Jesse Love, who was third, entered turn 1 and bumped Sammy Smith out of the way, and Jesse Love took a commanding lead and didn't look back in an overtime restart and got the win, obviously. So third career win for him, for Jesse Love. Second win of the season, obviously, so good for Jesse Love. Congrats to him and Rich Chillis Racing for the win. Looking here at the finishing results, Love wins. Sammy Smith second. He gets the dash for cash. I think all 3 drivers were involved in that. Big wreck at the end. I'll talk about it in a minute. Parker Retzlaff mentioned. Great day for Parker Retzlaff. He gets like 43 points. Great day for that 4-team at Alpha Prime Racing. 2 drivers inside the top 5 for Alpha Prime Racing. While Harrison Byrne got 4th for AM Racing. Continues to be really good this season. Brendan Poole is the second Alpha Prime driver who gets the top 5. He got a top 5 also in that crazy Martinsville race. So when chaos strikes, look for that 44 car because he'll be up there. Taylor Gray gets 6th. Again, he fell back. I think he was on the front row and fell back on that restart. Austin Hill, very quiet day for him. He gets 7th. Josh Williams, a pretty good clean day. He gets 8th. Jeb Burton, 9th. And Daniel Dye, 10th. Jeremy Clements, 11th. Dean Thompson, 12th. Brandon Jones, a Dash for Cash driver, 13th. Connor Zilisch, 14th. I mentioned, pretty eventful day for him. I think he moved his way up. I think he was involved in several instances, which has happened to Connor Zilisch a lot. He has speed, but he just can't keep it clean. I think he had like some tire issue late in the race while running to the top 10, and then he fell back, and then made his way back to the top 10 again. But in I think one of the restarts inside of 5 to go, he like got loose or something, and I think like got into Sam Mayer, or he got into, I think it was Jeb Burton, and then he got into Sam Mayer. Then there was a big wreck. That was the final wreck. So I ended up finishing 14th still, even though being involved in the final wreck, which is pretty insane. Casey Kane, in his return, he gets 15th. Yeah, Casey Kane was the story coming in. Everyone was rooting for Casey Kane. He qualified inside the top 5, and he showed speed. So everyone's thinking, oh, Casey Kane was going to win the race. I think Kane had a top 5 car before, obviously, what happened on lap 52 when he was involved in the William Sawalich Catherine Legge debacle. Everyone, including myself, unfortunately, I'm sorry to Catherine Legge, it just went off on Catherine Legge, myself included. Now I am on video. I'm not gonna just don't look at my Instagram chat that I'm in. Don't look at that. No one pull up any DMs or anything. But in all seriousness, listen, Catherine Legge's doing all she can. All right, everyone is doing all they can. She has talent more than me. All these drivers have more talent than I do. She's doing all she can. But it's just been a disaster. I think we can all agree in her return to NASCAR. Wasn't she in the ARC Daytona race and she got involved in that big wreck? One of the many big wrecks in that race. It was unfortunate, so she DNF'd. Then she randomly chose to run a Phoenix Cup race where she ran the slowest car, spun on lap 3, and then kept it clean, but then got into Daniel Suarez, who was running top 10, and ruined his day. And now Daniel Suarez is at 27th points. Suarez has had a tough season. He did finish runner-up, though, in the Las Vegas race to Josh Berry, who got his first career win, so congrats to him. Anyways, but Catherine Legge comes into this race. I think she actually qualified on speed, but with a lot of guys taking provisional, she didn't qualify, so she had to run the 53 car, who was originally supposed to be run by J.J. Gailey for Joey Gase Racing, but they bought that charter car for this race, and she ran the race, and she was maybe multiple laps down, and it seemed like she was off the pace, and then once she got to William Sawalich, who was running inside the top 5, Sawalich and Kane were both running inside the top 5 at the time of this incident. It looked like at first it looked like Legge just like went down, but I think Sawalich like went up the track a little bit and got into Legge. She said in her interview, post crash interview, that she was trying to leave room, but it was like Sawalich kind of came up, Legge kind of came down. It was one of those racing deals where one guy comes down, another guy comes up, and then they make contact, and Legge kind of got loose, then made contact with Casey Kane, that's how he got his damage, then got into the wall hard, ended Catherine Legge's day, pretty much ruined both Sawalich and Kane's day. Kane went on to be involved in another wreck late in the race. I think he's involved in the Daniel Dye wreck late in the race. Daniel Dye still got a top 10, that's how crazy this race was. But nonetheless, they fought hard, did Kane, and they managed to get into the top 15, so good for him. Anthony Alfredo, 16. Carson Quapple, another Dash for Cash driver, runner-up at Bristol, and had, I think, probably maybe the second best car to Jesse Love. He had a really good car in Stage 2. He and Jesse Love are going after it. Carson Quapple, man, he's right there. He is right there to his first career win. He is so freaking close, bro. He has been so freaking fast, but cannot catch a break. The only time he caught a break was his runner-up finish at Bristol. Just he is right there. Like Coda, he was duking out with Zilich late, but obviously had a flat tire, lost it to Zilich, who went on to win the race. He can't get he doesn't get the finishes he deserves, and I feel bad for Carson Quapple because he's been really good. Remember, he was part-time last year in the 88 car, and he almost won some races there too. Dover, New Hampshire, he was really good. And really good here, just can't catch a break. He kind of fell off at the final stage and then was involved in that big wreck where Christian Eckes restarted 4th. A lot of guys were trying to save fuel, but on the restart, it seemed like he ran out of fuel, checked up the whole field, and Quapple, Brandon Jones, just an all-guy, 3 of the 4 Dash for Cash drivers ended up getting damaged, and that basically sealed the Dash for Cash to Sammy Smith, who went on to finish runner-up and nearly win. Quapple still lifted home at 17th. Josh Bilicki finished 18th. Ryan Sieg led the most laps today, and one of these days, I'm telling you, Ryan Sieg is going to win. It's there. He's got the speed, but man, it just seems like just once in a while, Ryan Sieg comes so close, and it was one of those times again today. He did a really good job playing defense on Jesse Love. Love could not get by Ryan Sieg. Ryan Sieg refused to lose the lead late in the race. I mentioned a lot of guys stayed out. He stayed out with, I think, about 100 laps to go, and then was able to pull away for Jesse Love. Then Love got close and got side by side with Sieg a few times, but Sieg did a really good job defending him. And then with about 20 laps to go, there was a wreck, and then there was a restart. And Ryan Sieg did a good job of the restart. Then there was another wreck, and then with about 10 or 11 to go, Ryan Sieg was leading, coming to the choose, and then he started to run out of fuel. And much like Marcos Ambrose in 2010 or 2009, whenever the heck that race at Sonoma was when he was leading, sputtered, ran out of fuel, but because he didn't maintain speed during caution, he lost his ground. I think he restarted 6th or 8th, and then was involved in that Christian Eckes big pile up there with Eckes, and pretty much ruined his day, but he got 19th. Patrick Eberling 20th, Kyle Sieg 21st. Just an all-guy, pretty quiet day for him. I picked him to win, and I regret it, unfortunately. I think I picked Pajeski to win the truck race, so neither of them pulled through. But Allgaier gets 22nd. Garrett Smith at 23rd. Christian Eckes, he had a pretty good day going until, obviously, he ran out of fuel, which is 24th. Vicette Salas, I can't pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. I think he had the first caution, but still got 25th. William Swalch, 26th. Sam Mayer involved in the wreck, 27th. Matt DiBenedetto, 28th. Good qualifying effort for DiBenedetto. He was up front late in the race. Unfortunately, didn't get the finish he needed. Chris Wright was involved in a few wrecks, 29th. Thomas Anuzia, I'm so bad. I even had an accent there. That's bad. Oh, gosh, he gets 30th. Austin Green, 31st. Nick Sanchez, he dominated stage 1, 32nd, unfortunately. Blaine Perkins follows him on Instagram. Shout out to Blaine Perkins. He got 33rd. He brought out the caution with that caution with 20 to go. The start of the whole chaos at the end. Cut his tire or something. 33rd for him. Brandon Ellis, 34th. Greg Van Ellis, 35th. Justin Bonsignor, 36th. He was involved in a few incidences. He was involved in an incident with Sheldon Creed, which Creed finished 37th, second to last. It looks like they think they're bound up for 8th or 9th, and Bonsignor got loose, and then Creed got on the wall because of it, as Bonsignor was trying to keep it together, keep his car together, and save it. Both of them didn't get the finishes. Bonsignor, I think, was outside the top 10 when he got involved in a wreck of his own, spun out, hit the wall, and ended his day. And then the Catholic leg dead last, so there's that. Let's go ahead and look at the points here. Allgaier, Love, Mayer, Hill, Quapple, Brandon Jones, Connor Zilch, Sammy Smith, Ryan Sieg, and Sheldon Creed are the top 10 in points. Hill, Allgaier, Love, Zilch, and Brandon Jones all have locked themselves into the playoffs, at least for right now. Sammy Mayer is 83 points above. Carson Quapple, 45 points above. Sammy Smith, 37 points above. Ryan Sieg, 36 points above. Sheldon Creed, 14 points above. Jeb Burton, 11 points above. And Harris Severn is 3 points above the cut line. First 4 drivers out. Daniel Dice, 3 points out. Taylor Gray is 21 points out. Dean Thomas is 23 points below. And Christian Eckes is 25 points below. Sheldon Creed's lost a lot of points. I think he was leading the guys that hadn't locked themselves in the playoffs yet. But terrible finish at Bristol. I think that was the only thing that happened in the Xfinity Series. He started midfield and then kind of got spun or kind of had contact with Dean Thompson. Got out the track. The Brennan Poole was on the outside trying to avoid, and he couldn't. Those two collided, heavy collision. Ended both their days. Both of them were the dash for cash at the time, so pretty disappointing. But Creed's lost a lot of points, and now he's teetering. So I don't know. We'll see. And you got Talladega next week, where anything can happen. So we'll see. But Creed's pretty solid at the intermediate tracks, or the super speedway tracks. What am I saying? So there's that. But overall, NASCAR's returned to the Rock for the first time in a while. Great race. Great race for the truck race. Great race for the Xfinity Series. Carlos and Hilsvar carry the broadcast for trucks FS1 because Jamie Little and Michael Waltrip, they are not good. I'm sorry. They are terrible. FS1 is terrible, but Carlos and Hilsvar did a good job. CW Booth did a good job. The racing here, for a repaved track, a new track that had the Cup Series and the top 3 series that have raced here since 2013, 12 years. Great racing all over. And as the track ages, obviously we'll see better racing. Should Cup come to Rockingham is the question. I would love them to. I want to see what they can do at Rockingham. But, as we saw at Bristol last week, the next gen cannot race at a short track. You cannot pass at Bristol. You can't pass at Martinsville. You can't pass at Darlington even was a slugfest a few weeks ago, which Denny Hamlin won. I don't know, but I'm all for it. Rockingham, obviously... I don't know why this track left in the first place, but Rockingham, it seems great. Obviously, the last time the Cup race there was 2004. I was -3 years old, so I don't remember when Matt Kenseth barely edged out Casey Kane for the win. I don't remember that at all. I don't remember. I wasn't a NASCAR fan at the time of Kyle Larson's first career win at the Truck Series in 2013. I don't remember that, but first time watching Rockingham, I thought it was a major success. So let me know down in the comments if you enjoy the Truck race, the Xfinity race, if you think Cup should race here, all that good stuff. But that's going to do it for this episode of Josiah's Grape Reviews. Didn't even talk about Cup, and I still managed to make this over 20 minutes. Crazy. But smash like, subscribe, hit the little tiny notification bell. That way you never miss any videos just like this one. And as always, that is clout. And I don't support the suggested as a suggestion by yours truly. And I will see you guys in the next video tomorrow, because I will post Super Scripture Sunday. Very special Super Scripture Sunday because it is Easter. So I'll see you guys then. Bye. Hey guys, future Josiah here. I just got done recording about a minute or two, and then I go to check my phone and I see that Jesse Love just got disqualified. And Sammy Smith is apparently your winner for the Xfinity race at Rockingham. Yeah, wow. That's 2 times that we've seen a disqualification this season for the winner. Obviously, we saw Truck Series at Daytona Park. Kligerman crossing finish line, they getting DQ'd, give the win to Corey Heim. Now we're seeing it here. It's crazy. But congrats to Sammy Smith, I guess. Yeah, that changed things. Parker Retzlaff gets a runner-up now. Best career finish for him. But wow. That's why Jesse Love had the fastest car then. Okay, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Congrats to Sammy Smith. Sucks for Jesse Love. Feel bad for him. But see you guys tomorrow for Super Scripture Sunday. See you guys then. Bye.